So you've decided to start playing the Plastic Army Man game. Fantastic. The more people go into debt over tabletop games, the better. But while you may have decided that you can skip over a mortgage payment or 6, you still have to actually get the minis and the paint. So how do you go about that? The physically acquiring of your army of plastic dudes? Well, I just so happen to have come across the perfect ways of going about it. I have listed for you here the best ways of grabbing your very own Warhammer army, be it 40k or Age of Sigmar. Just a quick thing before we start proper, I'm not going to go too in-depth on saving money. For one, there's good advice already out there for that. I used models from eBay or sites dedicated to them. I will link a few of them though for your convenience. And two, even if you buy every damn model used, there's no way around the fact that this hobby is a money sink if you want to buy any more than like 3 minis. I wish it wasn't so, but unfortunately I haven't found a way around it. Now, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's start with method number 1. So with getting Warhammer models, the first way to go about it that I personally think is the best is going slow and steady with it. The way to go is, once you have whatever army you want to go with picked out, get a single one of their units or characters at a time. Some great videos exist on which army to go with. Plug. Grab some basic troops, a character, whatever. Get only the paints you need for whatever set you get as well. Now once you have it, focus on totally finishing that one up. Assemble it, paint it, and then get your next set. Do this over and over until your army is completed. This is the best way, I think, because not only are you not paying an arm and a leg all at once, your stuff is going to be relatively organized and tidy. You have your one box of troops, or your one vehicle or character, or whatever the hell you picked. And think of it this way. As you slowly collect your army and play some small games with it, you can find out if you're really a fan of it or not. So say you find out that you're not a fan of your guardsmen having the durability of used school toilet paper. If you've been collecting like this, you only have a few boxes worth of investment to get rid of. And speaking of small games, you might be afraid you can't get a good measure of Warhammer without playing those massive games where people who use their child's college fund to buy a Titan go head to head. Well, even if you only have one unit, you can still play just as well, specifically with Kill Team. All you really need for it is the rulebook and one squad of units. That's genuinely it. Not only can you play it pretty much immediately, you should think of it as a tutorial for Warhammer proper. You got your single small squad to worry about, not 50 different units across the table. Get used to that one soldier type's rules, and as you slowly add variety to your army, slot new units into your Kill Team squad. Kill Team, of course, is only for 40k. Age of Sigmar has Warcry. I haven't played it, so I'm afraid I can't tell you much about it, but from what I've read and understood, it seems to be the same for the most part. There are some downsides, of course. For one, if you're the kind of person who likes to go balls deep from the start, you'll of course be disappointed buying a single box at a time. And believe it or not, this way actually costs you a bit more if you're buying from Games Workshop directly. Usually there's some deals or sales if you buy big sets of monos all at once. This is offset by the fact that you're spending 30 to 60 at once instead of 300 to 600 at once, but it does still round out to being cheaper buying in bulk in the long run. Now with this method out of the way, let's move on to the next one, which will be... You're ready, you're eager, you're white enough. You have enough of a disposable income to drop hundreds of dollars at once on this hobby. In that case, just go fucking nuts, man. Buy every set of an army you're gonna collect. Fuck it, buy the whole goddamn shebang for it. The codex, data cards, titans, and super heavy vehicles are used less often than you'll feel the touch of another. Just buy it all. While this method will set you back a lot at once, you'll actually be surprised by how much you'll save if you're buying directly from GW, that is. Craftworld's army. $188, a lot of fucking money. Individually brought, $273, even more goddamn money. Go be a Games Workshop shill. You lose out on a mortgage payment in one go, but spreading it over months means several mortgage payments over a long time. I'm sure you could spare a kidney or two. And of course, Games Workshop needs your cash. They have to advertise more goddamn Space Marine minis after all. Save up for a few months and go crazy before starting it all over again. Turn your entertainment budget into your Warhammer budget. Who needs socializations when you have miniatures to paint? Warhammer's your life now. It's all Warhammer. Only Warhammer. Just Warhammer. Same thing goes for the start collecting kits, even if they're a little bit less expensive and extensive than the full armies. Using the Eldar again, because I'm a simp for all things elf, the start collecting box would go for $176 separately, but for $90 total. Even if you just wanted the 2 Wraith units inside, that's still a slightly better deal than individually buying them. Wraith Lord and Wraith Guards together for $90, or separate for $110. And of course, while you can still play smaller games with the first method of collecting, with this you can go balls to the wall straight away. Get a 2,500 point game going fresh out of the gate, why the hell not? Assemble a true army from the get-go and have access to the full strengths of your faction immediately. Of course, with collecting this many models comes assembling and painting that many models. That'll take a long time. And while having full access to an army and faction right away is pretty cool, in practice you'll have a lot more to juggle than if you started with smaller games and less units. It can get pretty overwhelming. Plus, as far as money goes, it's basically the reverse of what I had said about collecting slowly. Yeah, you're saving, but you're also dropping a car payment all at once if you really go for the full army. Also, beware of burning out. Having mountains of minis to assemble and paint ahead of you can turn the hobby into a chore, so while you may be tempted to splurge, I'd be careful. My first set of minis came from one of those start painting kits with the clip-on bases and miniatures and 6 different paints, and I probably finished it in about 2 days, tops. Fast forward to the next couple sets I ordered with some gift cards I had lying around, and those went unfinished for probably a few months. Just something else to consider when it comes to going all in from the get-go. I'm not saying that you should do this, or even realistically would do it successfully, but the option's there. Don't do that. And so here you have my expert ways of collecting Warhammer miniatures. The hobby is so big and daunting that I generally think going into it with a plan is the best way to go. And hopefully this helps you out as far as physically collecting the things go. Let me know what army you think you'll start collecting first. I'd love to silently judge you for your tastes. Thanks for watching, and stay warm out there. No matter what, remember the golden rule. Don't tell anyone how much your miniatures cost.